Hi guys, so welcome to my Statistics with Python playlist on learning on data science with Pablo, and we're doing this with Python. Now, in this playlist is dedicated to learning statistics with Python, right? And the whole idea is to learn it for data science. Today, we're going to be talking about categorical data, and a categorical data is such an important variable type in data science and data analysis. So first of all, I'll start off with my documentation area. So this is it. And then here we are going to have our code. Just so you know, a caveat, we'll be copying and pasting our codes because we have a lot to share, right? Now, so the first question is, what is categorical data? Now, categorical data is a representation of a variable. So we will put this here. So it's a representation of a variable type. So, which is really important. The representation of a variable type. Now, the next thing we want to also talk about a variable is that it's one of a limited type. So it has a limited or usually fixed number. So limited or fixed number of values or fixed number of possible values, right? And so that, and basically it can be assigned to a unit or a particular group. Also, it could be nominal. Categorical variables could be nominal, which is no natural order. It doesn't have a natural order. And here we're basically talking about, say, race, right? So there's no natural order. And it could be ordinal. And when we talk about ordinal, we have natural order. So like first, second, and third. Right. So now let's go over and write code for us to understand what we're doing. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to import a package, which is the pandas data analysis package, and I'm going to call it as PD. So that's what we're going to be using here. And then I am going to also create a sample data set. So a sample data set, and I'm going to use I'm going to create it this way. So I'll have this. Just a second. Let me get this out. Right. So I'm going to create a sample data set. So just so you know, with a sample data set, I call it data, and it's basically a dictionary with the key value, with the key here being name, and the values are in a list. So it's like a nested list, right? It's like a nested dictionary, but we have a list nested as their values, so you can see all that. And so we're going to create this. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to read this into a data frame, right? So we want to read this into a data frame. And to do that, we're just going to convert this dictionary into a data frame. And so I'll call it df. And in here, I'm going to use PD, and I'll use the data frame method, and I'll use it to create our data set. And this is it. Then we'll read the data set. So we'll just read the first 5 rows, even though it shouldn't be so much. So we're just going to read it. So we read the data frame, and here we have df, and you see what we have already. Lovely. Now, for us to understand what categorical data looks like, we're just going to use, we're going to do a concise, we're going to look at a concise summary of our data frame. So I say df.info, and it gives us, you can see what it tells us. And so you see they're all object data types, and so they have limited values: name, favorite ice cream, and then ratings. And so we're going to see how that is. So you can see all of them. They have limited values, and that's why we say possible limited values and all. That's why it looks like. Next I'm going to do is I'm going to visualize this. So we're going to visualize, and we visualize so that we can understand categorical variables. So we're going to visualize categorical variables. And to do that, I am going to import packages. So I'm going to import two packages. I'm going to import the Seaborn package and the matplotlib package. Both of them are data visualization libraries. So both of them, Seaborn and matplotlib. So I'm just going to have that. Then I am going to now create a plot, right? So I'm just going to create a plot, and you can see here, I'm just going to copy this. So basically what we are doing is we're using SNS, which is Seaborn, to create a count plot, and a count plot lets us count. You can see our favorite ice cream. This is what we're going to look at, and our data here is DF. Then we're going to give it a title and its favorite ice cream flavors, and we're going to show. This is one. And the second plot here is going to look at our ratings. So I'll just run this here first so that we can see this. So you can see what we have here. Now for categorical variables, you can see that you can group them. Now if I come over here in our documentation, you can see limited or fixed number of possible values, and I talked about putting them in groups. So we can basically, we can set them up to be in groups. So we can they can be assigned to units or groups. And so that's important here as we go down here, and you see that they've been assigned to groups. Lovely stuff, right? And same thing. So you can see the count for those who are interested in chocolates, vanilla, and you can see that just like we have here, right? So they just we just look at that and just get to see based on the data we have this. You can see that. And next we also are going to look at counts again for the ratings, liked and loved, and we run this again. So you can see again, just like I did, here we're just assuming liked is greater than loved. So you have a lot of likes, just like if we come to the data here, you have liked, loved, and all of that. And you can see over here, units, limited possible number of values. So yeah, so what I want you to do is take your time and watch this, and then try to get a sense of what categorical data looks like. And I'm using visualization to let you see that, because visualization appeals to the human mind to understand what it is, and that way you can get to have a sense statistically of what categorical variables can do and can't do, right? So take your time, watch this video all over again, and then you get a sense of what categorical data is about.